You overly under 11. That's right. 11 false privacy complaints from Plagued Moth, aka Dylan Morgan. Public identity, by the way. 11 privacy complaints. And 11 dismissals of those false privacy complaints. And that's just on me. Me alone. He also hit Spindling, That Creepy Reading, and Lazy Bedhead. And for some reason, through the power of YouTube's bullshit dark magic from hell, Lazy Bedhead's video was actually taken down, despite the fact she was the most careful out of any of us to not give Plagued Moth a reason to strike anything. So yeah, to recap, 11 false privacy complaints from Plagued Moth. And that's just in one day. Never mind the fact he's filed false claims in the past, and he was on Turkey Tom's livestream, where Turkey Tom himself, the great almighty shit stirrer of the internet, actually told Plagued Moth to his privacy complainted face that you cannot strike videos just for using your goddamn public image when you make your own fucking videos with your face in them. Like, Turkey Tom sat there and told Plagued Moth, you cannot strike videos for this reason. And Plagued Moth said, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, now I know that. And this was fucking months ago. And yet he's doing it again.
I guess it was whatever one it was. I was trying to get my image out of the picture. I don't care if he uses whatever he says. I just really don't like my private streams and other things that I have deleted. That's actually a violation of DMCA copyright law.
That's not.
What do you mean?
Fair use.
I guess my question is, what do you mean private?
I guess I privacy struck him. I don't know. I'm trying to get my images out of his videos because I don't like that. That's weird. You can say whatever you want.
So you don't even know what a privacy complaint is, but you filed one.
So technically,
I'm not sure which one it is because he's switched this up.
How many subs do you have? How the fuck do you not know this?
Legally,
I'm confused myself here.
Legally speaking, Moth, you can't. If he uses, unless he posts your address, which even that is not really illegal unless he encourages people to go fuck with you.
Oh, you're talking about that video.
I have seen YouTube channels perish and be thrown to the fucking wolves for much less than this. I have seen people who did not deserve to be removed from this platform get dragged kicking and screaming out of YouTube when they were trying to do something good, when they were trying to do something wholesome and beneficial for the fucking site. And I've seen them get thrown into the goddamn volcano like a virgin sacrifice. Now granted, that was under Susan Wojcicki's reign, and I know that someone else has taken over YouTube, some guy that I don't remember the name of, and maybe under his leadership YouTube has changed. Let's be fair here. Maybe now it's okay to file false strikes repeatedly across months. Oh, okay, that must be YouTube's stance now, with its new leadership. Now keep in mind, Plagued Moth, profoundly dishonest piece of shit that he is, makes videos with other people's faces and other people's streams in his videos. So wait a minute, he does the exact thing that he's striking other people for? He's filing false privacy complaints against people for doing the thing that he does himself repeatedly? And keep in mind, he's putting this up alongside false allegations. It's very clear that when Plagued Moth says, I don't know, man, I guess I did the wrong thing, I guess it's not for that, I don't know, man, I don't know, that he's fucking lying. He did that when he was asked about watching CP.
Whatever this guy was throwing around, it's like I guess the full trailer or something. I'm not about to find out.
And he does it when he's asked about filing these false complaints.
I guess it was whatever one it was. I was trying to get my image out of the picture.
Keeping in mind, by the way, he impersonated me to file false complaints as well under my name. You can see the evidence on that one, along with many other things, at dillmo.com, DILLMO.com. It's a playlist of all the shit about Plagued Moth, so if you want to see about that, go there, check that out. But I tell you what, let's go a step further. We can prove that Plagued Moth knew he was violating guidelines, not only because his past false claims were rejected, not only because he was told on a live stream that his complaints were false. Forgetting all of that, we can prove it another way. Let's look at the intro to Plagued Moth's videos, to every video he makes. There it is. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and more. No copyright infringement intended. The following falls under fair use guidelines. Any attempt to falsely claim DMCA is illegal and will be countered. Oh shit! Plagued Moth knows all about fair use. He knows all about using content for criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and more. So when he plays stupid and says, I didn't know you weren't supposed to DMCA this, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to privacy complaint that, I thought it was my own private business that I have my face in my videos and I have clips of my own videos and you can't use them because for some reason it doesn't make any fucking sense. He knows that that is all bullshit because it's right fucking here on the screen in every one of his goddamn videos. So when is YouTube going to ban Plagued Moth for abusing its copyright system, for abusing its privacy strike system, for abusing pretty much every system they have in place? I guess the answer is never, because YouTube doesn't seem to give a fuck. Maybe because his channel is demonetized, so that means that any and all traffic and revenue only benefits YouTube, so why not just keep the dancing monkey around to act like a clown? I mean, Plagued Moth is even in violation of YouTube's terms of service on the regular, and they don't give a fuck. Because in the terms of service, it specifically says you are not allowed to post any video or audio of a murder recorded by the murderer. Now, I'm paraphrasing it for you, but it's on your screen right now. You got eyes you can read. Unless you're blind. That's... Okay. To all my blind listeners, you heard nothing. That's not a dig at deaf listeners. So as I was saying, YouTube's terms of service forbids the uploading of audio of a murder recorded by the murderer. So what is Plagued Moth famous for doing on YouTube? Reacting to gore content, including tortures and murders, and only blurring out the video while letting the audio play so everybody can enjoy the sound of people dying. At the very base level of his idiotic house of cards built on the corpses of dead children, at the very base, he's violating terms of service. In every fucking video that he makes where he's reacting to a fucking murder. But will YouTube do anything? I don't think so. Unless some larger YouTubers get involved. But that's the question. Will anybody? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not going to fucking bother them with it. If they come to me, that's fine. But I do think that with this privacy strike shit, Plagued Moth has kind of poked the bear. And I think he's done a little bit more than poke the bear. I think he's basically the Andy Dick of bear pokage. I think he has just been poking and poking and poking and poking at that bear until it's about ready to slam his head into the table. So what bear exactly is he poking? He's poking the bear of greater YouTube, because no large content creator wants some dumb fuck running around on this site filing a bunch of false complaints, because that can take away people's fucking entire careers on YouTube. You know, like big content creators who live off of sponsorships and, you know, maybe a little bit from the ad revenue and, you know, merchandise sales and things like that. You know, Plagued Moth is a threat to the livelihood of other YouTubers, because the minute anyone says anything about him, he's going to start filing strikes against them. And sometimes it's not going to be under his own name, it'll be under a nice fake account, so that you can't trace it back to him, and even if you know he did it, you can't prove it. It's fucking childish, it's absurd, and this motherfucker needs to go. So keep poking that bear, Plagued Moth. Every time you file false privacy complaints, and every time they're overturned, you get closer and closer and closer to waking the sleeping dragon. And that dragon is a hydra with many heads, and it goes by many names. And you know those names, because those names have over 1 million subscribers each. You're fucking yourself. You need to stop. You need to get help. You need to get off the internet. You need to take care of your kids. You need to take care of your wife. You need to take care of your home. Do a little bit of housekeeping. Do a little bit of dusting. Get off the fucking internet. Since you're a dad, I'm not going to dare tell you, oh, touch grass, kid. Instead, what I'm going to say is this. Go cut grass.